This is the brand new all-electric Lexus vehicle, and I'm at Lindsay Lexus in Alexandria, Virginia. And I'm about to test drive this car as Lexus enters in its brand new EV. This is the Lexus RZ 450e Direct 4. Full disclosure, I am a Lexus owner. I've had a Lexus in my family since 2005 with my RX 330. Still have it with over 199,000 miles on it. So I'm inside the, this is a 2023. We just turned the vehicle on, and I'm just turning on everything else other than the turn signal. There we go. All right, so how big is the screen? 14 inches. All right, so we're gonna go for a test drive because Edward is super busy on a Saturday, so I'm not gonna take up a lot of his time. So oh, we have a heads-up display here, which is very nice, that I don't have in my car, and I like the heads-up display, so I don't have to be so asphyxiated with the big screen monitor right here in the infotainment system. So we're going to make a right here, and are we gonna go straight down?
Make it right.
I'll make it right, okay. And I have to stop. This is such a tricky corner.
It is.
If you could take my viewers this way, just take a look. This corner here, you got, it's like at an angle if you got to go straight, but you might get T-bone coming out of the Lexus dealership. So off we go. So the first thing I notice is, again, driving an electric vehicle, you have that instant torque, and it's smooth and it's so quiet. I love driving EVs. I don't miss the drone of an engine at all unless I'm in my Lexus. Instant torque, super quiet. I love the heads-up display. Actually, it's giving me the miles per hour. Not only is it telling me how fast I'm going, but also it is telling me, okay, it also is telling me, it's reading the signs. You know, we have ample room back here. It seats 5, and it's quite plush. This is a Lexus, so again, Lexus has a long history of having top quality cars, and they are definitely all about the quality, and this car is no different. So I'm just cruising down the road without my foot on the accelerator. Again, no big deal, because all electric vehicles now are doing this autopilot self-driving mode. And again, I'm doing 32 miles per hour, but it's showing me that I need to be doing 25 miles per hour. So long as the car dealership representative's in the car, he'll get the speeding ticket.
We're shared. How about that?
We're sharing the front. And this is Alexandria, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite expensive here. Let me ask you a couple of questions. How has the sale of this car been going on so far?
It has been a waiting list for almost a year now.
Wow.
We just started getting them 3 months ago.
Okay.
And now there is a little pause, I would say, on my observation, because you know, overall on the market, the interest rates are starting to kick in, and coming from 0% 2-3 years ago to 6, 7 to 8%, even Lexus buyers are, you know, not as sensitive. It's still kind of being reflected, and but it's a great selling car. We still have a waiting list,
right?
And sometimes it's tough to match the color combinations and the you know, packages for it.
Right. So as this stands right now, how much does this car cost?
This one here, it's in the mid-60s, 65. So this is the higher end, and the other, the lower one, it's in about 61.
Oh, I see.
Thousand.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good for you, good for business that it is a wait list, because that means you will have potential more customers, and they want to find out what the buzz is, right?
Yep.
Is there an open front? Is there open storage in the front?
Not to my knowledge, but I have to check that one. But you have that on the back.
Ah, okay.
Careful here.
This is interesting. We had a really bad storm here about a week ago.
Last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday, and some of the guys are still cleaning up the trees that have fallen in this area. 84 mile per hour wind, which is you know, south of hurricane level, but it hit people pretty much unexpectedly. So if you can see the heads-up display, it's telling me that there is no, or he's making it a little bigger for me, we have adaptive cruise control. It also flashes up that traffic is coming from my left-hand side, and also giving me a sign that I can't make a left-hand turn as well. So very informative, but it's subtle. It's not really all in your face. Well, actually, I shouldn't say in your face, but it's very subtle. All you have to do is just look forward and you can get all the information you want. Right now, I am stopped. I don't have my foot on the brake at all. And then once I press the accelerator, it will take off. And this is the hold method that it is in most of the EVs. And it is very nice to have a hold method so you don't have to have your right foot extended all the time. You can take your right foot and give your right foot some tea, something comfortable. And now, since we are going green, I just put my foot back on the accelerator and off it goes. Okay, as we're nearing the end of our drive, we were just discussing a little bit more in detail of the tax credit here. So $7,500 tax credit, both in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. This car was built in Japan. So can you tell my viewers a little side story that you was just telling me that Lexus is, because the car is built outside of the United States?
So exactly. So this is you have a tax credit for $7,500 if you buy an EV. Still, you have this one here, but has to be built in here. So Lexus
in the United States.
In the United States, right. Lexus, since this was built outside the United States, offers the customers now on a lease $7,500 rebate to compensate for that credit
on a lease vehicle.
Correct.
Okay.
But lease is with the options to buy, so it's a technicality. You really have the option to buy at the end.
Yeah, I did that with my RX 330, and I'm not a big fan of that. But if people cannot afford it, and am I making this immediate right here, or just
we'll probably go now? You see that 395 north towards Washington? Yes. We touch a little and get out to give a feel for it.
Okay. So I ended up buying the car at the end, but it stretched out the car payments because I was leasing it for roughly 5 years, and I wanted to buy it after about 4 years, and then I added a little bit more payments to me, and that kind of hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it is designed to lower the payment a little bit, but I agree with you. Yes. If you are planning to buy, you are better off buy it up front. With this exceptions, because $7,500 is a lot of money, so this would compensate for whatever you pay, on my opinion.
Yes. As big as this world is, it's still a small planet in theory, isn't it? So I'm in Alexandria, about 45 minutes away from where I live. And who do I see? I see my neighbors who live literally down the street from me. They are test driving the RX 500H hybrid vehicle. They came over and talked to me a quick minute about this vehicle, which I just finished driving. And now the wife is thinking about switching the hybrid vehicle and getting into the electric vehicle. But so now I'm sitting in the back of the vehicle. This is suede seats, I guess you can say. I'm pretty sure Lexus has another name for it, but I'm just spitballing right here until someone comes back to talk to me about this vehicle. I'm gonna close the door here because somebody's picking up their car for delivery. It's very flat in the back seat. It is fairly roomy as well. The seats are, as you can see, the seats are back, and I'm 5'7", so I guess if you're over 6 feet, you might have the passenger here to pull the seat up and move the seat forward. Back here, from my perspective, I was driving a car and there's still ample knee space, so it's not that cramped. Again, not having an electric vehicle, you do not have to worry about that big old hump in the middle, but I do feel something here. It's like a little dip here and this little here. I don't know if they have a battery over here and a battery over here that has the drivetrain. I'm not quite sure, but most EVs I've been in has been all flat, so I don't know. But that is very, 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 very minor. As you know, the car is $67,000. You do get that strange tax credit, although the car was built in Japan, as you see right here. I guess Lexus did something with the federal government so they can get a $7,500 tax credit. However, the caveat is if you're leasing it. I don't know about buying it. He didn't tell me if you get any type of tax credit at all. He didn't mention it. I asked, and he basically gobbledygooked it. So you have to do your own research, especially if you're in another state other than Virginia. I live in Maryland, so I don't know the Virginia state rules. But interesting that he brought up the $7,500 tax credit if you're leasing this vehicle to buy. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I said before in my video, that I bought my Lexus 330 RX. I leased it for 4 years, and then I said, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy it. And then they added additional 2 more years of payment, which was stupid on my part. Never do that again. So the smart play is, if you really like the car, buy it. Don't lease it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. It's yours, and you can own it and drive it instead of being worried about miles. I don't know. That's just my opinion. This is how you get out the door. Here, you just press this button here and it pops open. Very nice. This car is rock solid, I must admit. All right, so now we're looking at the trunk area, and this is kind of quite familiar for those who own Lexus SUVs. This here is your privacy screen, but you see it's like now down at the bottom, and I'm just guessing here that you put this little tie on this hook here like that, and then you can draw it maybe closer. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to do it with one hand. This is your first aid kit, and this is your charge cable. Look at that, the Lexus charge cable. And then you have the cargo net here, and as with all Lexuses, you have additional stuff. This is like another charging. Yes, it is. It's for the plug-in charger. It's all wrapped here. And then you have additional storage on left and right. You have something there, which I don't know what it is. Nobody's standing around me, so I don't want to be really ripping up the car. And then you have something over here as well. This is just pull up, and then you have a little storage area there. Oh, for your vehicle, for the wheels. Not as much storage as I would like it in an electric vehicle, obviously, because I don't think there's any front area, but that's how some cars are done. The Mercedes EQS, for example, they don't want anybody in the front. Most Mercedes cars is like that, but I'm still kind of miffed here how you put this on. And again, I don't see how, so I better leave it alone. Okay, this will be the last part of the video. Again, it's super busy here. A lot of people have just descended on this car dealership for picking up their brand new cars, and they're doing test drives and test rides. I've seen at least 10 people get in cars and they're just driving off, and some people over there on the other side of the building are taking care of delivery. I'm assuming navigation, nothing is happening, maybe because I don't have the fob. I'm just hitting buttons right now. So we can look at the drive mode. You have normal, sport, eco, range, and custom. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look over there to get his attention, but he is walking away. Driving assist, I did that earlier, and driving assist is really cool. Now you all can do it here, but also you can do it somewhere. He was pointing out the drive assist on the steering wheel as I was paying attention to the road. So we was doing autopilot, drive spot, the blind spot mirror. I actually almost hit somebody. I didn't know there was in my blind spot. I was looking over here because I have blind spot mirrors, but the car detected there was a car right in my blind spot area, so it beeped. So it was nothing major, but it was interesting that I picked that up. Road sign assist and the pre-collision system right here. That is all under the tab of the vehicle driving. Down here, I guess it's just settings. So I guess you can come in here and you can do all of your personal info, your Bluetooth, hook up your phone to the car. You got general information, notification, Wi-Fi, display, basically everything that you can throw in this car, you can. And also the famous software updates. I guess you can tune for certain stations in this area. I don't know who's listening to local radios these days. A lot of people just stream it. But, you know, I'm a fan of radio. I used to be in the radio business, so I do have a few local stations that I like to listen to from time to time. There's your FM radio, all of the stations here in this area. Now, the question is, there was a big to-do about having FM and getting rid of AM. I used to work on an AM station, so, you know, I have a lot of love for AM. And I'm looking here and I don't see it. They do have FM radio. I think if I take a step back, there it is. There's AM radio. And so we do have AM radio. AM radio, a lot of radio announcers. I've been on the radio for many years on AM radio. I got my start in AM radio. I have a lot of respect for those who are still doing the grind on AM radio. Not that a lot of people don't listen to AM radio because obviously the sound is mono, but still a lot of great people are working in that field.